Hello and welcome to Global News Factory. I'm your host Vikrant. The NATO summit is officially underway in The Hague and the circus is back in town. First up, Zelensky. Zelensky has arrived, but something is different this time. The iconic green t-shirt is missing. That military cosplay tee, the one he wore to beg for tanks, jets, and sympathy, has been replaced by a real adult suit. Why this sudden glow up? Well, thanks to this.
Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if you do own a suit?
Yeah, problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not
Really?
respecting
I don't have
the
such.
office.
I will wear costume after this war will finish. Yes, maybe one,
Maybe something
maybe
like this.
something like
Yes,
yours.
sir.
Yes,
That'd be great.
maybe something better. I don't know. We will see. Maybe something cheaper. Than yeah. Thank you. Thank you for.
So Zelensky has abandoned the superhero outfit, but don't worry, the begging bowl stayed the same. Now to NATO's latest prophecy. Difficult summer ahead. A senior NATO official has just warned that Ukraine should brace for a rough few months. Rough. His exact words? We expect Russia to continue its tactic or small territorial gains despite the heavy losses it is suffering. Hold up. Let's rewind that. Russia is suffering heavy losses, but it keeps gaining territory. So, Ukraine will have a tough summer. How does that make any sense? If your enemy is bleeding out, should not that be good news? And should not you be advancing, not retreating? Or at the very least, not bracing for anything? But it gets better. When asked why Ukraine must prepare for hell if Russia is supposedly crumbling, the NATO brain trust replied, Putin thinks he is winning because he is getting false information. That is why Ukraine is in trouble. I swear they must be drawing these wild plans and statements on napkins in a pub. Let's get this straight. Putin is being misled by his own people. He is operating on fake intel. But somehow this causes problems for Ukraine. That is like saying the other team's quarterback is blindfolded. That is why your defense is falling apart. This is not geopolitics, this is stand-up comedy with missiles. The real message? NATO has nothing new to say. This is what the bloc is doing now. Pretend that Ukraine is winning. Admit Ukraine is losing. And then blame Putin's psychology for both. Then ask for more money. It is a rinse-repeat scam, a military MLM. Zelensky came with high hopes and a new tie. Oh, sorry, the tie was missing. But deep down, he knows the truth. He is losing ground, NATO is out of ideas, and winter is not even the scary season anymore, summer is. And if your war plan starts with Putin is delusional and ends with we are all doomed, then maybe, just maybe, the guy in the suit is not the only one pretending. Moving on, looks like Trump has been possessed. I'm thinking of a movie title, The Possession of Trump, now streaming live from The Hague on GNF and co-produced by Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, and your local war lobbyist. You heard that right. Trump, the man who once called NATO obsolete, is now preaching from the same fear-mongering script that Democrats, EU bureaucrats, and MIC lobbyists have been reciting for years. And he is adding his own dramatic flair. When asked if he thought Putin had plans beyond Ukraine, Trump said, yes, it is possible. You heard that right. Trump now believes Putin will invade more countries after Ukraine. And looks like something or someone rewired him. This is textbook NATO warmongering. The same garbage they have been peddling to squeeze 5% of GDP out of every European country, and now Trump is on board. This is the same man who used to mock NATO for crying wolf. Now he is handing them the megaphone. And while we are at it, Trump also threw a bouquet of praise at Zelenskyy. He was very nice, actually, he said. He is fighting a tough battle.
It couldn't have been nicer. I think he'd like to see an end to this. I do. I think what I took from the meeting couldn't have been nicer, actually. But I took from the meeting that he'd like to see it end. I think it's a great time to end it. I'm going to speak to Vladimir Putin and see if we can get it ended.
Oh, how the tables have turned. Just a few months ago, Zelenskyy was the green t-shirted beggar in Trump's eyes. Now he is the brave underdog Trump is thinking of sending Patriot missiles to. Excuse me, what? Trump considering sending weapons to Ukraine? This is the plot twist no one saw coming. The same Trump who mocked Biden's aid to Ukraine is now flirting with sending the same weapons, Patriot systems no less, that the MIC has been dying to sell at a markup since day one. We will see, he says. At this point, the man who once took pride in calling out America's forever wars is now auditioning to be their lead salesman. Trump is possessed by the ghost of the military-industrial complex, the MIC. It is official. Trump has gone from NATO skeptic to NATO preacher. From why are we fighting wars in countries we cannot find on a map to let's arm Ukraine and brace for Putin's next invasion. From Zelenskyy is a scam to Zelenskyy was very nice actually. From America first to MIC first. America second, logic last. It is like someone handed him a neocon cheat sheet and said, just read this, you will sound presidential again. If this summit showed us anything, it is that the system does not fear Trump anymore. Why would they? He is wearing their tie, reading their lines, and backing their budgets. The ghost of the military-industrial complex has found its new medium and it speaks in Trump's voice now. And in the end, let's talk about Germany now. Germany, the land of poets, philosophers, and now prison sentences for mean tweets. This week, German authorities launched a grand crusade, not against terrorists, not against organized crime, but against internet commenters. Yes, the Federal Criminal Police, the BKA, just kicked off a nationwide crackdown on so-called hate speech. And by hate speech, they mostly mean insults against politicians. Let's be clear, mocking Friedrich Merz is now a criminal offense. Democracy has never felt stronger. As per the BKA, 2/3 of the current investigations are aimed at right-wing speech. Translation? Anyone who does not cheer for open borders, green taxes, or NATO war games is a criminal now. ARD, the government broadcaster, shed light on the true horror. Some of these crimes involve offensive language, offensive about politicians. In a sane democracy that is called freedom of expression, in Germany it is apparently domestic terrorism. And the timing? Pure comedy. This crackdown came just one day after Germany's top administrative court overturned the government's decision to ban the Compact magazine, a right-leaning publication critical of Berlin's immigration policy. The court said this ban is unconstitutional. The government's reply was, fine, we will arrest the readers instead. Let us not forget, Germany first tried to ban AfD, the second largest party in the country. Yes, the second largest democratically elected political party. Why? Because it poses a threat to democracy. That's right. The real danger to democracy is people voting for the wrong party. And now if you support AfD or read the wrong magazine or dare insult a minister on Facebook, you are next. You will be smeared as a right-wing extremist, possibly investigated, maybe arrested, all in the name of protecting democratic values. How dare you have an opinion? Let's call this what it is, a state-sanctioned war on dissent. Germany does not have a far-right problem. Germany has a freedom problem. And the irony, the same politicians who cheer protests in Russia, China, or Iran for freedom are now throwing their own citizens under the bus for memes and sarcasm. Bravo, Berlin! You have built a free society where only the government has the right to free speech. Germany says it is fighting extremism, but when you silence millions of voters, ban political magazines, and arrest people for memes, guess who the real extremists are? And that is it for today. Thanks for staying with me. You're watching Global News Factory.